Hi, Happy New Year, friend. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi.
I feel like I should actually call you Jennifer the Dancing Machine Holland because everybody I talked to today said, is that right, John?
Yes, absolutely.
That you had the moves, sis, that you were the one.
Oh, well, thank you. It was a lot. It was so much fun to do that dance sequence. Carissa Barton, who did the choreography, did an incredible job, and she spent a lot of time with us teaching us those crazy moves.
Okay, who was best and who was worst? I'm gonna give, because everyone said you were best, so I'm gonna let you make the determination.
Oh, man, I don't know. I think everyone was so good in their own way. Really, I mean, like, when you think of Robert Patrick, do you think, oh, someday I'm gonna do this crazy dance with Robert Patrick? You know, just getting to do that crazy thing with all of these people who were so just dedicated to making it exactly what it was supposed to be. Everyone was fully on board and really just jumped in and did this thing.
I love it. That, you know, that we have a little saying in the South, Jennifer, that says, bless your heart. If somebody really, you know, you just want to make them feel good. So that everyone was good in their own way. That's another version of bless your heart. John Cena, it's sure good to see your face. I have not seen your face in such a long time.
A long time, and I know it's virtual. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.
Please, please, please. But tell me this, what was it about this character? What was it about Peacemaker that convinced you to say, okay, I can take this from a movie and I want to continue playing this guy in a series?
Oh man, that's not my choice. I don't make those choices. That's from the mind of James Gunn. James thankfully went through a spell of boredom, which was definitely worked to my advantage, and wrote eight episodes of Peacemaker in 8 weeks. And he called me up in the middle of probably the most severe lockdown we were going through and said, hey, I'd like to get the band back together and do a Peacemaker series. So I thought Peacemaker was dead. I said, well, I got that covered. And I said, okay, let's do it. And that was our conversation about moving forward with Peacemaker.
Well, okay, you say it wasn't your idea, but you could have said no. So there was something about Peacemaker that made you say, I want to keep going with this guy.
Oh, well, I mean, we did so much on the Suicide Squad that never saw the light of day. And James and I had conversations both about the character and life in general. And we've been through a lot of similar experiences, both coming from big families. I don't know, we talked about topics of philosophy from equal perspectives. And I think that led to him seeing some of the outtakes and possibly being like, man, there could be a lot we could do with Peacemaker.
Yeah.
And he then was alone with his thoughts, created an ensemble, and there was no way I was going to say no to working with James again. He is the name that gets a free pass. He could call me up and be like, hey, I got this crazy idea. Do you want in? And I don't even need to know what the idea is about. And it's not only because personally he's a great human being, but professionally he is so dedicated to what he does. When James writes a script, not only does he pick the score, he will write in the script where in the score the song is playing. He's extremely descriptive and meticulous. And it's that attention to detail that I know that I'm going to get a good story on the page, which is going to make me a better professional.
Why are you in your costume?
Costume. This is a uniform, and it's brand new, so I gotta stretch it out, make it more comfortable before we go on a mission.
Jennifer, you are a reluctant warrior here with Peacemaker. You really don't want any parts of him, but there is this really fun chemistry that develops with you two, and I wonder, where's it going? Can we, could there be some romantic feelings?
What a wonderful question. I think that it's wonderful that you're asking that. Mm-hmm. And I think everyone's just going to have to wait and see what happens and how it develops throughout the series. Where Harcourt starts off in the series is that I think she feels much like a lot of probably fans of the Suicide Squad feel, which is that she just kind of despises Peacemaker. Yeah, me too. Oh my God.
Yes, I'm sorry. John, this is the first time I have never liked one of your characters. And I was so mad at myself watching this because I was like, why am I rooting for this guy? He's just a jerk. Oh, he makes me so mad, but I want him to win.
That's kind of what we're going for. So thank you very much.
Yeah, it's crazy because I was a skeptic. I was like, you're making a series about what character? And I was like, well, James has a plan, so I trust him. And it's not just James's writing and all of the things that he develops for who Peacemaker is, but it's also just a testament to John. I mean, the likability factor you just can't deny. And so you're like, oh God, why do I like you? Damn it.
And tell me this, John, because we did spend a good deal of time in our briefs during this series. And how tough was it doing the fight scenes and nothing but your skivvies?
So without patent leather wrestling boots or a set of Reebok pumps to grip on the floor, it was pretty tough. But that's pretty close to my standard uniform for 2 decades in WWE. I'm certainly I'm very familiar with wearing less than a standard uniform, and I'm comfortable with who I am as a person, and I really think the scene was, or that scene is very powerful because it humanizes Peacemaker. So that's one of the reasons why it gets a person like you to be like, why am I rooting for this guy? Well, you find out he's heavily flawed, but when nobody's looking, he's vulnerable, and when nobody's looking, he's innocent, and when nobody's looking, he's naked, and he's okay. Like he's not putting up Peacemaker. He's being Christopher Smith. And I really was hats off to James for having a fight scene in Peacemaker in his tighty whities, because that in itself is so abstract and so against superhero culture. It really, I love everything about that. I can't wait for the world to see it, to talk about it more, but I love the fact that he went all in on that.
Well, and I really like the love story developing between Leota and Chris, in the friendship love story. And I'm with her when I say I want to see more Chris Smith, because I think there's something about Chris Smith that we love. Let me just say this to you real quick, John. Chukwudi says that he wants to challenge you to a piano off. I'm just putting it out there. He said you might choose something like Bohemian Rhapsody. He wants something like Chopin. Are you in?
If he's throwing out Chopin, I believe I am out of my league. But we can learn a lot from a challenge, and especially learn a lot from a defeat. I'd love to do that. I think that'd be great.